Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Shepard Science Tube. I'm Mr. Beckwith. Today we're going to be talking about electric circuits, and specifically we're going to look at kind of the two fundamental different types of circuits. So the most simple circuit is something called a series circuit. Now a series circuit goes in a circle. That's kind of what that word series means. It sort of just goes in order and it goes in a circle. So I've actually got some stuff already set up here so we can make this really quick and easy. But I'm just going to set up a very simple series circuit with my battery, my two wires attached to the positive and negative leads, and I'm going to make the circuit complete. So as you can see here, I've just got a very simple circular path for my electricity to flow. All right, now my switch is up, so it's in the open position. That's what we call a circuit when it's not complete. It's open. Now when I close the switch, that closes the circuit, and that will cause my light bulb to light up. Now, this setup is really good for very simple machines like a flashlight. So a flashlight basically has one setting. It's either on or it's off. Series circuit, it's either on or off. So everything's on or everything's off. Let me show you what I mean. So let's say I wanted to add a buzzer to this circuit as well. Now unfortunately, because it's a series circuit, everything has to be on or everything has to be off at the same time. So if I put my buzzer on here, I don't know if you can tell or not, but my light bulb, it did come on, but very weakly. Let me see if I can get it to show you just a little bit. So it's just barely flickering. It's really hard to see. Now that's because not only does the series circuit require that everything be on at the same time, but because there's a limit to how much electricity can flow through this circular path, these devices, sometimes they won't run as well as they need to because there's not enough power flowing through the circuit. All right? So, I want you to think about your kitchen for a second. You walk into your kitchen. You flip the light switch. What do you hope happens? Well, you hope the lights turn on, right? You don't want the microwave to turn on, and your garbage disposal to turn on, and your dishwasher to turn on, and your oven. You don't want all that stuff to turn on. You just want the lights to turn on. So our houses and our more advanced electronics, they're not set up in series circuits. They're set up in something called a parallel circuit. Well, if you remember your math lessons, parallel refers to lines that are evenly spaced going in the same direction. And that's sort of the same concept here. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to set us up a parallel circuit, and we're going to start very simply with just a pair of lights. So I'm going to go back to my original series circuit setup, and I'm going to add another light bulb and another switch. But this time, instead of running them in a circle, I'm going to run these circuits parallel to one another. But I'm going to connect them back to this first set of wires. And let's see what the effect is. Well, if I want to turn this light on, this switch is connected to it, so it comes on, but the other light doesn't. Now let's turn the other light on. Well, now they're both on. And as you can see, they're both pretty bright, too. Now, a minute ago, I had my buzzer attached to it. So when I did that, my light was very weak. Well, I've got two lights attached to it now. So, man, I wonder if these lights will even come on. So let's create a third parallel circuit by adding my buzzer. And again, I'm just running these wires all parallel to one another. So, let's turn on my buzzer. Still working. Now, I'm going to turn on the lights first and the buzzer last because the buzzer's kind of obnoxious. So let's turn on my lights. You're working. You're working. Interesting. So the buzzer, oh, there we go. We just had a little bit of a loose connection there. See how annoying that is? I know, right? But did you notice that my lights stayed bright? And my buzzer, once I fix that little connection, my buzzer buzzed strong. So, got a couple more lights over here and another bell. Let's see if we can get up to 5 and see what happens. Again, I'm just creating, starting at that same point, I'm creating another parallel circuit. So I've got a third light now. Shuffle my switches around a little bit so I have all my light switches in a row. And just for grins, I'm going to add a bell as well. Same setup, just creating another parallel. Now I'm sure this looks pretty messy, and it kind of is. So don't worry, there'll be a diagram up on the video, hopefully in just a few seconds once I test this out. So let's do the same thing again. Let's turn the lights on first. So there's light 1, there's light 2, there's light 3. Let's turn on the buzzer. We're going to leave it kind of low on low. Oh, so it didn't like that fourth one, or that fifth one, excuse me. So that fourth load was a little bit too much for the battery, because when I try to turn the bell on, the rest of the circuit doesn't like it. So let's turn everything off. Let's try turning the buzzer off and then the bell on, see what happens. Still didn't like it. All right. So it did not like the bell on the end. That was a little bit too much of a load. And it may have been because my wire setup is a little bit messy now, because as you can see, this is just kind of a blob of wires. Now, this is how our houses and how our more advanced electronics are set up, is we have all these parallel circuits running next to one another, all feeding on that same main power line, that same main power circuit that runs throughout our homes. And that's how we're able to turn on the lights in one room while the other lights in the other room stay off. So if I get up in the middle of the night and I want to go to the restroom, I can turn the bathroom light on without my bedroom light coming on, or my kid's bedroom light coming on, which is even worse because I don't want my little girl Alex to be waking up in the middle of the night and screaming at me. That's unpleasant. She's a 1.5 years old, so that's just how it is sometimes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you got something out of it, make sure you click like. If you are one of my students, please, 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 please subscribe to this channel. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.